Welcome to the Pool Nation podcast, where it's all pool talk. And we ain't talking about netting and jetting or splashing and dashing. We're talking about becoming a nation of pool pros. We talk about the latest products, trends, and training in the pool industry. Now let's welcome your host, with over a decade of industry insider experience and still the reigning champion of Marco Polo, Edgar De Jesus, and his co-host, John JJ Flawless, the fastest netter in the West, and Zach the Pool Boy Nicholas.
Welcome, everyone, to the Pool Nation Live podcast. I am your host, Edgar De Jesus, and yes, I am the reigning champion of Marco Polo, along with Mr. John JJ Flawless, the fastest netter in the West, and the famous Zach, the Pool Boy Nicholas. Today, we're back. Today, we're answering some questions, but we are also sharing what a crazy week this week has been. I want to welcome everyone to our live podcast, a podcast where it's all pool talk, and we ain't talking about netting and jetting and splash. We're talking about becoming a nation of pool pros. And yes, we will talk about the latest products, trends, and trading in the pool industry. But before we get started today, I want to thank our sponsors for this podcast, the Ultimate Pool Tools, the SPPA, Blu-ray XL, Aquastar Pool Products, Natural Chemistry, Raypack, and Heritage Pool Supply. We want to thank them for their continued support. Mr. Zacharias, good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. It's Friday. We're, as I mentioned last week, we were finally getting done with the building and moved in. We're fully moved in, and we've passed all of our inspections, and all the permits have been closed out, and we've done all the final walkthroughs on the last building. So we are clean and clear of the old building. We're in the new building, and it's interesting because I felt a lot of relief as soon as I walked out of the walkthrough of the old building. And it's like I could finally shift my focus away from where are we moving next. You know, even when we moved into the last location, it was like, okay, this is going to buy us some time, but this is not the ending place where we're going to be. So I was always keeping an eye out, always had that in mind, had that monkey on my back. And now we're here, and it's like there is nowhere else for us to go. Maybe another location down the line. But so now my focus has really shifted into like, how can I engage with the guys more? How can I support the team more? You know, how can we improve our service from like a service level, you know, and start really focusing on those things. So I'm super excited to start really digging in and kind of fine tuning what we do and just improving our service overall.
Absolutely. So, hey, before we move on to John over here, Steven, shout out. Pete from Coachella Valley just sent me a message and said, I just fell into a pool 3 minutes ago. Jeanette, big, huge shout out. Everybody stay tuned, stay listening. We're going to talk a little bit about this crazy week here. Mr. Flawless, good morning. I'm afraid to ask, you know, I know you've had a crazy, I almost dropped a bad word. I know you've had a crazy week. I thought mine was crazy. Yours is next level. But you are the freaking man, bro. You are the utmost, like, you freaking inspire me, bro. You freaking inspire me. And I'm not joking, man, because you got some crazy shit going on, and yet you're here, you're present, you're like, I got this. It fired me up this morning. So this morning I was kind of, you know, it's been a crazy week, and I was kind of, but
yeah, I mean, you're right, bro. Look, this facade that I'm putting on right now, I guess it looks like I'm doing a good job, and I'm good at doing that. But inside, things are moving and going. You know, but look, we all have our troubles and our difficulties, right? And things happen just out of the norm. That you know, it's how do you plan for certain things to happen, and what's important is how we react and what we do about it, right? And I've always been a firm believer. I mean, look, it's been kind of crazy, and I'm not really going to get into details. I mean, I guess I can. I'll put a little bit, but it's just crazy, man. It really is. And what we've gone through, all of us, we've all had our own little trials and tribulations, which, nobody's exempt from. I mean, we're human beings, and fortunately or unfortunately, or both, it's just part of life. But I always get reminded, and I always think of this favorite Rocky quote that I hear, and I hear, Sylvester Stallone or Rocky Balboa say this. And this motivates the living, like down to my bones, and is exactly how I think and how I live when it comes down to life. And what we do is, life isn't about how hard you get hit, right? I mean, how hard you can hit, but how hard you can get hit and keep going. And that alone says so much. And, you can think you're the biggest, baddest in the world. You got all this money, you got this or that or whatever. But when shit really hits the fan, what type of man or what type of person are you? And do you have the willpower to get up and keep moving? And that's just what kind of drives me and keeps me going. And, for me, it was crazy. I'll just put it at this. We had an unexpected fire yesterday, which caused significant damage and hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, but whatever, it is what it is. And yes, I am here. I have obligations, and simply not only because I feel that I have to do it, because I want to do it. This is my love, my passion, and you guys are my brothers. And I believe in what we're doing is very important. And material things can be replaced, right? And that doesn't mean anything. What my passion, my dream, our focus, right? What we're doing here is much more than a hope of a paycheck in the future or any type of money or anything. That's not what it's about, right? This is my life. This is our life, and we're trying to better it for our brothers and sisters that are in the industry. And like it or not, we have some great people out there that we're lucky enough to be able to help in some way or form. And, the most important thing for me is family, right? And then business, right? And my family's safe, sound, happy, secure. We got a root. Everything's good. So life is fine with me. I don't give a shit where I'm at, as long as I got my family with me and they're all healthy and happy, and that's all we need, because family's where we're at, not any structure or anything like that. So I'm okay, and here we are doing our podcast, because this is what I love to do.
And it's crazy, John, because obviously everybody listening. So we've had a crazy week. So our Instagram account got hacked. My email address got hacked. So we're trying to deal with getting the Pool Nation page back, right? And then so I'm dealing with that. And then Zach has had like a shitty week, right? And he's having to man his own store and do everything. And then the employees and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm sitting here and I was thinking to myself, right, like, that I think the same way you do, right, John? It's like, this is life. Things are going to come your way. And it's funny. My kids were freaking out. Dad, are you freaked out? And I'm like, no, that's part of life. Like you try to figure it out, and you control what you can control, and what you can't control, you can't worry about, because what good is it going to do? Right. So, I've had people reaching out, and they've all been freaked out and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, look, we're working on getting the page back. We'll get the page back. We'll do that. But, it's such a small thing in life. Oh. And then I have the conversation with you with regards to what happened to you. And John, it was automatically to my kids going, this is what I'm talking about.
All right.
This is what I'm talking about. You always think that your journey is tough. You always think that your journey is hard. You think that thing is going to throw curveballs at you and it's going to bring you to your knees. There's always somebody that has it worse than you do. It's a matter of how you react to that situation and how you handle it from there, right? And so even to my kids, I was talking to them yesterday. We kind of got together and we went to go get dinner, and we're in the car and we're talking about it. And I'm telling them, I go, look at how John reacted to this, right? Like, this is chaotic. think about the fear that kind of comes in, right? Because you're talking about a big fire like that, John.
Yeah.
Like it's freaking scary, right? Like it's it's something freaking scary, and you're grabbing your entire family, and the kids luckily were at school, but it creates this feeling of, are we safe, right? Because now you don't have your house, you can't, the boys can't go roll back into their rooms and just kind of
Yeah.
be it. But the fact that you handled it the way that you did, and you were just like, it's life. You know what I mean? Everybody's safe. Let's just freaking move on. Let's figure it out. And I talked to you a couple times yesterday, and you were like 8 steps ahead of where I think I even would have been at, and you're like, already got this, already made this phone call, already did this, already did that. And so on top of all that, John, it's like you're committed, and you're on the podcast, and I'm like, take the time, just do what you got to do. Like, and you're like, nope, this is just freaking part of life. It's just a hiccup. It's just a bump in the thing. Let's just keep marching forward. And so when I opened up, I'm not joking around, John. I'm not joking. It's like, I think that I'm somebody that's strong and that really kind of pushes forward, but then you do what you do, and that just kind of inspires me a little bit more to just push, even harder. So I'm really sorry that you're having to go through that. I don't think anybody wants to go through that, but you're freaking handling it like amazingly.
Thanks, brother.
And it is an inspiration. So keep chugging at it.
No, go for it, Zach.
I was going to say, I think I should pull out of the running for crappy week. I think I'm just going to drop out of this campaign because you guys both have some things.
But Edgar, you brought up a great point, man, and it reminds me of what my dad told me when I was younger. And we didn't grow up rich whatsoever. We didn't have any. I mean, we lived a very humble life growing up. And my dad worked his ass off until he died of his 5th heart attack when he was 57 years old, just from overwork and doing his thing. And my mom knew nothing, and she was a housewife, and it was kind of crazy. But when I was younger, I would always like, I wish I had this, or I wish I had that when I was a kid. And and they tried their best to give me I never wanted or needed as far as like food and place to stay. But some of the other things that I wish I thought other people had that I didn't have. And my dad told me, and go, look, man, everything in life is perspective. Exactly what you said is like, you might think in your world, in your little bubble, right, that's the worst thing in the world, and you can't fathom the truth of life yet. You just can't grasp it. And even as adults, we can't even really grasp these tragedies that happen to people because we haven't experienced them before. So to us, it's not really in the realm of reality. Because a bad day to us is losing an account, or God forbid someone gets an fender bender or an accident or things like we've done. But when you think of catastrophic things, and we're kind of going through, even me right now, I mean, I think I'm blessed, that I seriously believe it, that my family's safe, man. And it's choking me up, talking about it, but I don't give a shit, really. These things to me don't matter. And yeah, I'm out a lot of money, right? But look,
you can replace money.
I can make it, but I'm good. Yeah. I can figure it out, right? I got my hands. I told Janie today, and I go, babe, okay, I got 2 pumps I got to put in today. I got to work on a heater. I got like 3 home quotes that I have to do today. All while we got inspectors and new play. And I'm like, the show must go on. I mean, it
doesn't stop for anybody.
My hands work, my feet work. These Crocs are crocking. My trucks are there. Everything's good to go. Let's go. What's going to happen? Right. How am I going to put this? I got no benefit to put this on pause. And to sulk or to sit here and go, oh, well, yeah, can I take a get out of free jail card or whatever, and a hall pass for today? Or absolutely I can. But, today, and I said, I called and I talked, I go, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it because I didn't know if I had a living situation. right? I don't internet. The house doesn't have power, doesn't have water, doesn't have gas, nothing. And so, but we salvaged what we could, did what we whatever. And then we got lucky. We got blessed. We have a place where we're at right now. As you can see, my new background. No longer do I have the black screen of death. So I think it's an upgrade, bro.
No terrorist background.
Right. I went to bed last night at like 3:30, 3:45, and I got up today right before 5 o'clock. So I got maybe an hour's and like hour and a half worth of sleep today. But I'm good to go. Let's get it.
Yeah.
But again, and then with us and we've been dealing these last couple days with our page, right?
Yeah.
And we're going back and forth, and I'm kind of feeling you out. But I got to tell you too, with you, I mean, look, you work really hard building what we have as far as like the marketing side of it, and the online presence. To me, we talk about strength-based organizations, and we focus on we recognize each other's talents, and we recognize and we accept each other's weaknesses, and we understand what we're good and what we're not good at, right? And me, I'm not a social media kind of guy. Look at my page, right? I'm not far from it. That's not my cup of tea, and I'm okay with that, but that is definitely your cup of tea, right? Edgar, and you have done a phenomenal job for us and for the Pool Nation family building that page up. And it was like, it happened, right? What are you gonna do? But that doesn't define us even remotely. And what I love about it is our conversations is like, this is a good thing, right? Because we have our Poolman University app, right? We have all these things that we've set into place that we've all put, that we started the ball rolling, saying that this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going at, and this is our end goal. And this, if anything, just lit a fire up our ass and said, hey, look, it's easy to say, oh, well, whatever. No, okay, great. We're now, that's awesome. Now we don't have to, we take all that focus on that area. Now we're going to put all that extra energy into this, because all we can give is 100%, but now we're able to give, an extra 50% or 30% on this avenue to drive that. And this is cool, man. I think this is a good thing for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we're still dealing with the page thing. And in the meantime, our Pool Nation podcast page. So go follow us on the Pool Nation podcast one. As part of our strategy, it was exactly that. And I'm going to talk about that in a little second, but let me backtrack, because you said something that really hit me, right? You kind of got choked up a little bit, but I think you learn through life based on those difficult times, right? And those are really the times that define you. And there's people that those things can happen to, and they kind of crumble and they fall apart, and then they kind of can't manage anything until time goes by, right? But I've been a firm believer that those are the things that build character, right? So you talk about your dad passing away at 57, and your dad was just the ultimate man's man, right? Like, he provided for his family.
100%.
What I love about it is with regards to your upbringing and your manners and your respect and how you treat people. Your parents were very similar to my mom. My dad has been out of my picture my whole life, but that's how my mom was, right? Like, my mom was one of those that if you picked up the fork wrong on the table, she slapped your hand, right? She was like, you have to have these certain values. You have to treat these people like this. And I've talked about it at the awards. My mom was very much about motivating other people because it made her feel good, right? And that was one of the things that she always taught us, is not everything in life is about you succeeding, about you doing things. The moment that you can appreciate motivating other people and watching those people succeed, that's going to feel better than some of the successes that you've had along your life, right? And I'll never forget that, right? So, things in life build your character. And just like you were saying, John, luckily you have your family, you have all that. And there's situations where always have it the worst. And I learned that lesson the day that I was, and I'm probably going to get a little choked up. I was on my knees in a room in the hospital that they paint a certain color so that it kind of holds your feelings. There's no pictures on the walls. There's none of that kind of stuff. And they mentally do that because they've done studies that with those colors, when people are going through those tragic situations, it's more soothing. It's all that. And I finally went to my knees because I didn't know if my daughter was going to survive or not. they were thinking that she had no brain response, that she had, and they were basically kind of prepping us, telling us she's not making any improvement. Prepare yourselves because you're going to lose her, right? And and even at that moment, I sit back and I look at it and I go, at the worst moment of my life, and that was the worst moment of my life, and nothing. I've lost my mom to cancer. It was 5 years of battles. It was rough, right? But not even that prepared me for that situation in that moment. But I learned later, John, Zach, that there's always somebody that has it worse. There's always somebody that will lose their child, and yet I didn't lose my child, right? So how can I put myself at that moment in pity and be breaking down and crying
When we're the lucky
and
ones.
being mad when I'm lucky that
Yeah.
she was alive? And all I said at that moment was, God, if you allow her to stay alive, I will spend the rest of my life taking care of her. If she's in a wheelchair, if she can't do anything, just please give me that, right? And I was very fortunate enough that now my daughter is fine, right? There's a couple little, things, but she can behave normal. But there's always somebody that has it worse. And in this situation, just this week, when you and I are talking about it, and it's like, they hacked the page, they hacked my email, they did all that. I'm like, it's like, I don't care. There's always worse things, right? And then that's my mindset all week. And then you call me, and then you show me the pictures, and I'm like, that's exactly what I'm talking about, right? There's always somebody that has something that is worse than what you have. So to the pool pros out there, if you're going through one of those, man, where you lost an employee and now you're having to go clean an extra 80 pools and you don't know what you're going to feel like, and you feel like all your walls are caving in, or you're going through some issue with employees, and I don't care if it's a termination or they're suing you or there's always somebody that has it worse. And it's like, exactly like John said, it's not about what is it, John? It's not about
how hard you hit, but it's about how hard you can get hit and keep going, know?
And then what you do is when you come back, you make your comeback even greater than where you're at. Right. So anyways, we've been going on for this for John, but
yeah.
So that's my 10 cents.
I was just going one more thing, Zach, before,
Yeah.
And it kind of goes with it. Another look, I love listening like quotes and sayings from other people. And it reminds me of another quote that I heard, and I think it was from Steve Harvey, right? And he said this, and he's all, hey, and I think multiple people have said this, but if you're going through hell, why stop? Just keep going, right? Get through it. If you just stop and sit there and sulk, things aren't going to get better. If the house is burning down, okay, you need to take action and get moving. So if you're going through hell, keep going, man. It'll get better. Trust me. You got your health. You're able to move, right? You got your family. Those are the things. Those core things are the most important. Everything else can be rebuilt, and you can do. And the little things life. You really start to appreciate life more when when you're able to just shake those things off and say, like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's tough. My employee called out sick today, or my employee quit, or I had to fire somebody, or God forbid a truck's down, or we lost an account, or those types of things just become really small potatoes, right? And when you start thinking of bigger picture, these are the things that help create who we are and build our character, and we should be thankful that those are lessons that we learn, so that we can better prepare ourselves. But anyway, sorry, Zach, what were you going to say?
No, I mean, you just nailed on it. It's kind of looking at it from like the business perspective, like growing a business, running a business, when it's easy to look at these successful businesses out there and just, that's your perspective, right? Oh, they've got it, they're living the dream. But it's like, how much adversity have they gone throughout their business progression to get them to that? And Edgar was talking about, you run into these employee situations, or someone calls in sick, and it's like, I remember like the first time someone called in sick, like I felt like my world was crashing. And it's like, all those things just give you a little bit thicker skin. And as Edgar always says, you flex the muscle. And I mean, I look at a lot of the things that I go through on a daily basis, and I sometimes stop and think, and if this were like 6 years ago, I would be like, whatever is happening, I would be melting down.
Right.
And then like anymore, I'm like, okay, like it is what it is. Now move on to the next thing. So, and it's still, there's things I run into and I get really overwhelmed and really stressed and everything. And I'm sure 6 years from now, I'll run into the same thing and it'll just be a part of the job, you know?
Yep,
For sure.
absolutely. Life is like a box of chocolates, right? You never know what you're
You
going to
never
get.
know what
Right
you're
when,
gonna get.
right when you think you got things figured out, there's curveballs and there's things. And look, I'll be honest. I believe that there's a God and there's always a reason for something to happen. If one door closes, the next one opens up, right? You just don't know what that is. And then the other thing with with experience, Zach, and with time, and as you get older, it's just a getting old type of a thing. You kind of have a little bit of a different perspective, and shit just doesn't bother you anymore, right? And when you make it to that point, you become very powerful, right? When you don't let things rock you in your world, and you could just sit there and say, great, bring it on. Let's sit down. Let's figure a strategy. Let's figure out how we're going to move on from this. Let's figure out when you have control of life in that way, you just become way too powerful, and then, John, I know that you're built the same way that I am. It's like, sometimes I need those challenges to be able to kind of push me a
Oh
little bit.
yeah, dude.
I need,
I
sometimes I need
thrive in this shit. Yeah.
sometimes I need life to be hard at me in order for me to go, okay, I got to push through this or that. You know what I mean?
Edgar,
So,
look, I don't want to keep going. I mean, but this is important. I know we're
oh,
going
I
off
think we need to
topic
talk
here,
about it. Oh, yeah.
but this is like the real. I mean, this is the nuts and bolts of life kind of here, and I think everybody can take a little piece of this and understand. And hopefully, we'll get to some of the questions. If we don't, we don't. But what's important is, I mean, what you're saying right there is like so true. And if you were to like sum me up in a few words, to me is like organized chaos. I thrive in stressful situations. This is where I do my best. And I've always been that way. And it motivates me to like go to the next level and do things because it's easy to become complacent, and I get bored quickly. And it's more of like, well, and it could be my ADHD, it could be my being anal or whatever it may be, but to me, I'm exactly like that. Where when things are just like, it seems like everybody's looking around saying the house is burning and down, and or life is crumbling, and here's everything's going to happen. Or it means like, okay, let's go. I got to
do something. Yeah.
I can figure this out. You know what I mean? I can do this. Let's analyze. Let's figure this out. I can make this happen.
You get the dog. You open that door. You go in. You get.
There's never. There's never. Oh, this can't be done. If the minute we hear like, oh, that can't. Oh, really? Let's see if it can't be done. I want to find out for myself that it's not possible. But yeah, no. This is where that's what makes us tick. And it is what it is. And to me, it excites me because it's like I said, and I told Janie, I go, look, it's a new chapter. It is a new chapter, and it is baptism by fire. Literally, it is like, here it is. Run with it. What you got, and like, okay, I can make something out of this. We'll figure it out. But anyways,
it's definitely all curveballs out there. So Pete, big shout out. Jay, what's going on? Glad that you're on here. Corey Holland, good morning, fellas. Exactly, everything happens for a reason. So need the 30,000 foot lens. Absolutely, you kind of have to be from the top.
Yeah.
But here's one of the things, and Zach, I love it when you talk about this all the time, and it always makes me go back and constantly do this. And I did it before, but ever since our relationship, I think I do it more because I hear you saying it every time in my ear. And that is that, you get into those situations, but at that point you have to have a plan, right? Like you can't just, John, everything that you're going through, now you have to sit there and you have to go, okay, what's the plan, right? What am I going to do? You can't just go, oh, well, it is what it is. And I'm going to kind of keep doing pools and I'm going to do, this and I'm going to do that. No, you kind of have to sit down and go, okay, if something like that happens, how are we going to strategize? How are we going to fix it? How are we going to move on to the next thing? And that's at every level of life. It could be, right, with an employee not showing up to work. How are you going to handle that, right? How are you going to put something in place so that it's not catastrophic to your business next time it happens, right? In the situation with our page, being hacked, and we had already started to move into a new ecosystem with the Poolman University, and that was part of the strategy because these things can always happen, and we can go create another page, we can get a whole bunch of followers, and it can happen all over again, right? So that's why they always tell you from a strategy standpoint, have somewhere where people can still kind of be part, and that really just doesn't worry me. But then you move on to even something with like John, right? It's like, what's the strategy? What are we going to do? What are we going to look at for the next 6 months, for the next year? What does that page look like? You can't just go to day and just let day to day dictate what it is that you're going to do. You know what I mean? Because that just makes that situation a lot more difficult. So, by the way, John, I'm loving that background.
You like it? I dig it. I'm gonna adapt it or adopt this and do this every time. I got to get rid of that light switch right there. Maybe kind of put something there. Or...
See, I hadn't seen it until you pointed it out.
Yeah, but I'm gonna. What I'll do is I'll put some. I think I'm gonna go back to putting my inspirational posters and like artwork and stuff and put it on the walls.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, anyways. Hey guys, we've been at this for about 30 minutes. So let's do this. Actually, before we go on break, I want to do one thing. And then when we come back, we'll do the housekeeping notes. But before we go on, I do want to give a big shout out to somebody here really quick. And I thought that this was pretty freaking awesome. And she's out of the Houston area, down where Zach is at. She's a BDR for Pool Corp, Debbie Meyer. She has been in the industry for 46 years and 11 months. That's 47 years. Guys, who lasts 47 years in one job? That don't happen.
You got to have some love and passion for what you do to be there. You know what I mean? For sure.
So I want to give a special shout out to Debbie Meyer today. She's with, again, like I said, Pool Corp BDR down in the Houston area. And, she really kind of, a lot of her focus was plaster, chemical, staining, anytime that you were doing startups and you were doing all that. But, with us doing the women's network, and us trying to really focus on the women of the industry. Hold on one second. Somebody sent me a message here. Is it BDR, Zach?
Yes.
BDR. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody sent me got it. So somebody sent me a different. What is that? Did I screw it up? Oh no. I'm like, Debbie, I'm giving you a shout out and I screwed it up. So Debbie, we focus and we try to focus on the women in the industry because we truly believe that, women in our industry is something that we need more of, and they bring something to the industry that a lot of us as men can't bring. And I've been meeting so many amazing women in the industry, so many powerful women in the industry. And so when they reached out and they told us that you were retiring, we wanted to give you a huge special shout out because not only are you a woman in the industry, but you've been in the industry for 47 years. And A, that doesn't happen. B, this is a male dominated industry. And for a woman and a strong woman like you to be in the industry for 47 years, that deserves to be celebrated. It deserves to be acknowledged. So a big, huge shout out to you. Congratulations in the next chapter of your life. And thank you for dedicating so many years into this amazing pool industry. So women like you are the ones that have kind of opened that path for the next women that are in the industry where they are today. So big, huge shout out to you. Zach, I don't know if you wanted to jump in and say anything else.
Yeah, just congrats on the retirement and wish you the best. And thank you for all the knowledge that you brought to the industry, especially here in the Houston market. I mean, I had problems with plaster pools and things, and Debbie was involved in finding a solution. And so just wishing you the best. Big shout out.
Absolutely. So big, huge shout out there to you, Debbie. Everybody at that SCP branch. You guys are losing an amazing woman, but it's a great thing because it's to retirement. She's been in the industry for so long. So anyway, shout out to all you guys out there. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. Let's take a quick word from our sponsors. When we come back, we continue our conversation.
The Hyper Pole from Ultimate Pool Tools is a pool care pole designed by pool professionals for pool professionals, featuring precision-crafted carbon fiber and stainless steel construction. Go to ultimatepooltools.com or Instagram at Ultimate Pool Tools. Pool pros have specific needs when it comes to general liability insurance. The SPPA program has you covered. With 3 tailored and customizable general liability options, SPPA makes it easy for pool pros to feel secure. Find out more and get covered at thesppa.com. Now available, Pool Invoice. Pool Invoice is a pool billing software created specifically for the pool service and repair industry. It's developed for our industry and only our industry. Pool Invoice is built with recurring billing in mind. You can print, email, text invoices, or even send via WhatsApp. You can add reoccurring or yearly charges, accept credits, and set up autopay. You can even see when customers have seen the invoice. It even has a customer portal where they can log in and see, print, and pay invoices. It has all your customers' information on one page, so you don't need to search through hundreds of invoices looking for the one you need. Just go to the customer profile and it's all at your fingertips. Created specifically for the pool industry, Pool Invoice. Now available at poolinvoice.com. Blu-ray XL is the power of minerals working for you. Reduce your overall chemical costs and labor up to 50% guaranteed. Whether you have 20 accounts or 20,000, Blu-ray XL's direct pricing and free shipping to the pool trade have you covered. Improving pool professionals' profit and work-life balance is what they do. Blu-ray XL, the real mineral purifier. Visit them at BluRayXL.com.
Blu-ray all day.
Aquastar's new pipeline cartridge filters, available in 2 sizes, deliver top-notch hydraulic efficiency along with best-in-class filtration performance, approaching that of DE filters. Uniquely designed, open pleat spacing means 100% of the media square footage is usable. And these claims are backed by NSF test results. Designed with the pro's time and comfort in mind, the patented double locking system improves safety and ease of access, making filter cleaners faster than ever before. Available now. Ask your supplier for pipeline filters today.
Natural Chemistry, a leader in specialty water care solutions for over 30 years, is proud to provide products that make pool service easier than ever before. Its unique enzyme formulations in Pro Series Pro Blend improve efficiency of your pool program while reducing frequency of filter cleaning and scum lines. Natural Chemistry is also well known for its wide variety of phosphate removal solutions that include a non-clouding formula in Phos-Free and extremely high-range removal with Pro Series Phos Remove or Phos-Free Max. Save time, save money, save work with Pro Series products. Stop sacrificing durability or efficiency with the help of Raypak's new Avia HD models that utilize Nytech, their exclusive industry-first technology. Nytech Heat Exchanger technology is Raypak's latest solution to superior strength and maximum efficiency when it comes to residential pool heating. With 900% more nickel compared to copper nickel in critical surfaces, Nytech creates an ideal surface to protect against scale formation and erosion without compromising on Avia's 84% thermal efficiency. Learn more at raypak.com/Nytech.
He's muted.
You're muted.
Man,
Perfect.
and you should have seen how inspirational I was. Like, welcome back everybody to the Pool Nation Live podcast with my brothers that are inspiring me, Zach and John, and I'm all muted. go read my lips on that one. So, anyways, big
Oh,
shout-
don't. You're gonna get one of those bad lip reading things done on you,
Oh no!
right? You opened yourself up to that one, brother.
Oh
Right.
man, dang. So, anyways, big huge shout out to both of you. You know, I was thinking to myself, John, and John's gonna go, here we go, here's Edgar.
Mhm.
But I believe that there's a reason for everything that happens, right? And Zach, tell me if I'm wrong. I think that's God basically telling you, you've talked about moving to Texas. This is it. If I don't give you a more clear picture than this, I don't know what to do. So, you know,
I was
like
gonna say something earlier, but I was like, maybe it's too
It's too soon.
early. Yeah.
Too soon.
too soon,
soon.
Edgar.
Don't think that hasn't crossed my mind already.
That's
Trust me.
your mind. I do have to give a big huge shout out to my wife that's coming into the picture here. She brought me a cup
Leanne.
of coffee. Look at how amazing that is. I love you, baby girl.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So, I was
Mama, JD.
he's calling Mama now, going, Mama, Janie, get in here.
I need love.
So, he's all, I need love. You can leave that door open. It's okay, baby. He'll probably head out. So the dog came in and he doesn't want to leave. He's pulling a Zeus pre-podcast.
Right. Oh, pre-podcast, right?
He's hanging out here, laying down now. So, but he's way down at the bottom. So anyway, so John, forgive me if that's a little bit too soon, but
That's funny.
can Janie hear me?
I don't know if she's listening. I don't think she's listening live.
Janie, I think you're listening. Do me a favor, send me a message on our chat, because you know what I could do, Janie, as I could kind of go back and look at those houses that you were looking at, and I can send you some videos and, you know, kind of try to egg on, you know, the move a little sooner. What do you think, Zach?
It's time.
It's time. There you go.
The signs
John.
are there.
John, it's a sign.
One step at a time. One step at a time. How do you eat an elephant, right? One bite at a time.
This is Edgar's his MO with you is
I know. Dude, I think he's had
you need some
he's the
trust.
puppet master, dude.
Yeah.
He's pulling the strings. He's happening. What are they called or whatever?
Janie,
but, yeah.
Janie is saying, I can think of one that she looked at.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. So Janie, I
He
could go
should-
look at that house for you today.
Jeez.
I'm only going to ask this though, John. If you guys move to that house, can I have a room? Because
Right, that is a nice house.
That one was freaking amazing, is what it was. So,
Yeah.
anyways, that's my 10 cents. I can tell. that
I
you
think
like-
after what I've lost, I'm gonna be RVing it or something, dude. I'm gonna be in a freaking Winnebago,
No,
dude.
now there was a lot of stuff that you lost, right?
Oh yeah,
For work wise. So a
hundreds
lot
of thousands of dollars. Yeah,
So
lot of
you're
money.
talking pack outs. You're talking.
rig, micro pressure, tools, pumps, automation, salt systems, lights, valves, actuators, a whole thing. Everything's just completely toast. Like literally a couple $100,000 worth of.
And that's
equipment,
just
like
and that's
brand
just
new
the work
equipment.
stuff.
Oh yeah, and then plenty of personal stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a selfless. Yeah, you don't know what I'm gonna do, so forgive me in case you kind of get mad, but I'm gonna do a selfless plug here. So if Pentair's listening, if Hayward's listening, if Jandy's listening, any donations that you guys would like to send over John's way, call me.
Oh,
Send me a
no.
message, send me a
No.
DM, and we'll get it set up so that homeboy can get, you know, some of this stuff back, because it was a lot. I know you would never say that. I'll do the
Yeah,
plain
no,
shameless
no.
plug, but no, that's crazy, John. I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy to kind of go through all that. So
Well, it is what it is.
this is what it is. So are you taking my thoughts into strategy?
You know, I've already sent rate increase letters. I've tripled my rates as of tomorrow.
Oh man, if there's any customers of John's listening,
Right,
you
poor,
know,
poor
hey,
people. All right.
go write the check and put it on the timer of the automation, because John's coming
Right.
by tomorrow.
Right. I'm thinking of that.
So anyways, so
Just
yeah,
kidding.
so
We're gonna be fine. Yeah.
yeah. So anyways, So definitely appreciate that. Okay, so guys, John, I know I need to get you out of here probably within the next 10 minutes because you've got an appointment. So let's just kind of jump here really quick. And I want to
Answer a
talk.
question.
I want to talk. To be honest, the questions that I have, I
Yeah,
know
we're
you
gonna
got to
take a
get
little
out
bit
in
longer.
about 10 minutes. I don't
Well,
think we'll be able to make it. So
look,
let me. Go
I
ahead.
was going to say this. Like, this is proof in the pudding that the show must go on, because we are staying in our true natural form where we just jibber jabber and talk, and we still haven't gotten to the questions, right? Because that's what we do now. These questions have gone from 63 from like a few weeks ago now to 263 questions. What
It
we've
wasn't.
done,
It wasn't
yeah,
a couple weeks ago. It's been
yeah,
months now.
it
By the
has
way,
been.
March 23rd.
But I'm going to say this, though, for everybody listening, and so you guys know that what we realize is, that these questions are getting backlogged, and we're going to start shooting some extra videos on the weekend. This Sunday, we're going to sit down and we're going to hash out just questions, and just answer them offline, video wise, so that we can get through these, because we think it's very important, because there's people out there they're asking us because they need guidance. So we're gonna start working Saturdays and Sundays, doing some videos at night, and then uploading them to the new part of the Poolman University app. So everybody has that, and we're gonna have some extra videos there answering questions for people. So we haven't forgotten about you. We got a plan, and we're gonna make it happen. So we just can't. Just seems like we get. But I think that's the beauty of our podcast, right? And us doing this is just natural, pure conversation, unscripted, that we're talking about real life stuff that is affecting people, and that everybody can relate to. And it's funny, like I said, we're staying true to form no matter what happens or what gets thrown at us, and we have failed to get through the questions.
If anything, we're consistent, right?
We are consistent, that's for sure, bro.
We consistently go out to the
Right,
left field and never come back.
right, for sure.
So, but yes, we will. We will get those videos in. We have a new part for the app. So, by the way, for everybody listening, the part of the employer app should be done probably within the next 2 weeks.
Dude, I'm so excited about that.
Did you see that mobile
Oh
responsive?
my God, it's gorgeous, dude. Wow. I mean,
So-
I feel like this is like, I mean, maybe it's because we're just pool guys, or I'm just a pool dude that, works with his hands and isn't very like app savvy and stuff. But, I know a good thing. And I mean, that I feel like this is like Apple type, Google type mastery we got going on for this app. And I'm thoroughly impressed, if that means anything. I'm excited for anybody that's going to get to use it. And I think they're going to get a lot of value out of it. And it is, like I said, we are continuing the path of where we're going, and it's getting better and better, right? We're not obviously not running out of steam. It's we're gaining momentum, and I can't wait for it to go live and people's reaction. And once they get to use it, the team did an amazing job putting that together. I'm super stoked.
Jay over here did the borate class yesterday. Phenomenal is what he's saying. Big shout out to you out there, Jay.
Well, thank you.
So here's the other thing. So we're going to have, and Jay, you're listening, but this part of the app, you're going to be able to log in and set up accounts for your employees, and you're going to be able to pick and choose what courses you want them to take. And then on your dashboard, you're going to be able to see their progress and their scores. And then the other thing that we have Ricardo from RayPack coming out next week. He's going to do the Spanish heater class next week. After that, we have Jamie and Alicia coming back. Alicia's going to do 2 or 3 courses on water chemistry, salt systems. And then 2 weeks after that, we're going to be doing one with inspections and stuff like that. So we have another round of a whole bunch of classes that are coming down. So those will be added so that people can, definitely add those. And then I spoke yesterday I went down to Texas Pool Supply, and I spoke to Basecrete with regards to waterproofing, which is such a huge thing nowadays, especially with all the pools being built that have all, negative edge and and spillways and are above ground, right? Pools, not they're concrete because of all the features are, above ground, they're high, but waterproofing. So they're going to come out, they're going to do a class on that as well. We're going to add that to it. So we have the employer thing. We have that second round. We have where we're going to be able to have a section where people can get all their videos and all their questions can be answered. So they can kind of scroll through those separate from the training videos. And then the next thing that we're working on is we are going all in with regards to kind of an in-app messaging system where all the pool pros that are registered can kind of communicate within the app, and we'll be able to have, messages, pictures, all that kind of fun stuff. So that one will take a little bit longer, but that's kind of on track of where we are with the app. So in any case, anybody out there that's listening that has seen that they can't find our regular Pool Nation page on Instagram, go to Pool Nation Podcast. You can follow us there. A lot of you guys follow us there, but you can follow us there. Everything will continue on that page until we get our Pool Nation page back. So we're going to start doing the lives from there. We're going to start doing everything from there until we kind of get that page back, and then we'll kind of go back to that. So anyways, the other thing that I wanted to talk about is we are going to be doing the Pool Nation boot camp at the International Pool and Spa Show. We do have now the automation. We have the automation. We have the pump. We have the heater. I spoke yesterday to two of them with regards to the hands-on. I'm super excited about the heater class because it's going to be Brad Duncan, and they're creating a curriculum for this class, guys. So they're going to be creating a training specifically for this class with heaters in there. We're going to connect them to automations. We're going to connect, we're going to look at doing maybe 5 or 6 different things where we're replacing temp sensors or whatever it is on the heater. So it's going to be a very hands-on, but before that, we'll obviously get into, all the benefits of that heater, obviously giving the pool pros, all the talking points so that when they're selling that heater to that customer, they have all the confidence to be able to get in there, talk about efficiency, NITEC, all that kind of stuff, give them those tools, and then hands-on. And we're talking about cutting, stripping wires. We're talking about conduit. We're talking about fittings. We're talking about all that beautiful stuff. So we're looking forward to doing that. So pay attention. We will talk about it. So what's going to happen is it's going to be completely free. It's going to be Sunday, the 12th, all the hands-on classes. We're all going to be there. We're going to be part of that. And the registration will be through the International Pool and Spa Show. And I think it opens June 1st or July 1st, around there. So pay attention because you will be able to register through there. And by the way, it's completely free. So a perfect timing. We'll talk about where to stay on that weekend because there are a lot of not free. There's a lot of inexpensive hotels. They have a room block. On that Sunday, there's rooms that are $32 a night in that room block. So a lot of inexpensive hotels and stuff like that. But we will talk about that as we get closer. Curriculum, John Zach, and we're kind of starting to come shape. And then on that Monday, we're going to do our boot camp with all the water chemistry, phosphates, hydraulics, all that kind of fun stuff. And pay attention because we're gonna announce something bigger that we're rolling out with that whole boot camp out there. So big shout out to our friends over here, Mr. Michael from First Response. Big shout out to you out there, brother. The other thing that's going to be coming on is, by the way, next Wednesday, John, on the Pool Nation podcast, we have to talk about the categories. We were going to do that this week, and obviously with the issue with the Pool Nation page,
on the live,
we have to do that night week. We'll do the live next Wednesday from the Pool Man. I keep saying Pool Man
from the
Pool
podcast
Nation
channel.
Podcast channel. So go follow us there. We'll do the live there. We'll pick the categories there, and kind of get all that rocking from there.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I ate up probably about another 5 or 6 minutes jibber jabbering here. So guys, let's do this, John, because I know I got to get you out of here in about 4 minutes. So let's take our final words from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll kind of get a quick final thoughts, and then I will kind of get you out of here how I promised.
Cool.
Be right back, guys.
The Hyper Pole from Ultimate Pool Tools is a pool care pole designed by pool professionals for pool professionals, featuring precision crafted carbon fiber and stainless steel construction. Go to ultimatepooltools.com or Instagram at Ultimate Pool Tools. Pool pros have specific needs when it comes to general liability insurance. The SPPA program has you covered. With 3 tailored and customizable general liability options, SPPA makes it easy for pool pros to feel secure. Find out more and get covered at thesppa.com. Now available, Pool Invoice. Pool Invoice is a pool billing software created specifically for the pool service and repair industry. It's developed for our industry and only our industry. Pool Invoice is built with recurring billing in mind. You can print, email, text invoices, or even send via WhatsApp. You can add reoccurring or yearly charges, accept credits, and set up autopay. You can even see when customers have seen the invoice. It even has a customer portal where they can log in and see, print, and pay invoices. It has all your customers' information on one page, so you don't need to search through hundreds of invoices looking for the one you need. Just go to the customer profile and it's all at your fingertips. Created specifically for the pool industry, Pool Invoice. Now available at poolinvoice.com. Blu-ray XL is the power of minerals working for you. Reduce your overall chemical costs and labor up to 50% guaranteed. Whether you have 20 accounts or 20,000, Blu-ray XL's direct pricing and free shipping to the pool trade have you covered. Improving pool professionals' profit and work-life balance is what they do. Blu-ray XL, the real mineral purifier. Visit them at BluRayXL.com.
Blu-ray all day.
Aquastar's new pipeline cartridge filters, available in 2 sizes, deliver top-notch hydraulic efficiency along with best-in-class filtration performance, approaching that of DE filters. Uniquely designed, open pleat spacing means 100% of the media square footage is usable. And these claims are backed by NSF test results. Designed with the pro's time and comfort in mind, the patented double locking system improves safety and ease of access, making filter cleaners faster than ever before. Available now. Ask your supplier for pipeline filters today.
Natural Chemistry, a leader in specialty water care solutions for over 30 years, is proud to provide products that make pool service easier than ever before. Its unique enzyme formulations in Pro Series Pro Blend improve efficiency of your pool program while reducing frequency of filter cleaning and scum lines. Natural Chemistry is also well known for its wide variety of phosphate removal solutions that include a non-clouding formula in Phos-Free and extremely high range removal with Pro Series Phos Remove or Phos-Free Max. Save time, save money, save work with Pro Series products. Stop sacrificing durability or efficiency with the help of Raypak's new Avia HD models that utilize NITEC, their exclusive industry-first technology. NITEC heat exchanger technology is Raypak's latest solution to superior strength and maximum efficiency when it comes to residential pool heating. With 900% more nickel compared to copper nickel in critical surfaces, NITEC creates an ideal surface to protect against scale formation and erosion without compromising on Avia's 84% thermal efficiency. Learn more at raypak.com/NITEC.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Pool Nation Live podcast. And yes, I do have a pep in my step today, guys. I love this podcast today, John. And we're going to end it with a good note.
Let's do it. Yes.
So I just got a message, right? And we have been working to do the hands-on training classes, and obviously we're looking to partner with people to be able to do that, and just got a message back that Hayward is in for the Pool Nation boot camp. So
That's
they
awesome.
have signed the agreement, they're ready to go. They are partnering with us for the first Poolman University boot camp. So I want to give a big huge shout out to everybody at Hayward for
Oh,
coming
yeah, dude.
through.
Look, how awesome is that, right? And that's one of the big 3. And they finally, they stepped up and said, we believe in this and we see this. and we want to be a part of it. And dude, inside right now, I can't tell you how happy that makes me. That Hayward has stepped up to the plate to help educate, all the pool professionals out there, and to, help us out with this vision and this dream that we have. It makes me kind of giddy inside, and I'm seriously, like, no bullshit right now. I'm like I can't tell you how happy I am that they're that we have them, because it's tough to do this, man. It's not easy. This is, you got three knuckleheads. We talk about this, right? Three knuckleheads, and that all these events and the awards, the Women's Summit, the boot camp, right? The Hall of Fame, the Lifetime Achievement, the app that we have, the podcast that we do, the Instagram lives, all that stuff that we're doing it's very intensive. And I think anybody who knows us and sees us, that we don't do anything half-ass, right? And we don't believe, we've said this from the very beginning. I was very clear with this conversation, and we all were as well, saying, look, it's either all or nothing. Go big or go home. There is no half-assing anything. I don't do anything half-ass. I'd rather lay down and do nothing than to do something half-ass, because it's a reflection of my character and what I believe in. Because if it's not worth doing, then don't waste your time on it, right? But if it is worth doing, give it everything you fucking got, and that is what you need to do. And that's what we've been trying to do with this, and, putting on events and catering and curriculum and videography and marketing and social media and, all this stuff, right? That we're pool guys, two with beautiful, one with a real good looking beard. Zach, your beard has gotten better over the years. And I want to say I probably have inspired you, right? Because your beard does look a lot better, and it's a contender now, but I still think my beard's better. But other than that, all we have is our hands and, pool stuff, knowledge, business, and not really this. And to have a big company like Hayward, one of the big three, step up to the plate and say, hey, we're gonna help the little guys out, we couldn't be more grateful for them doing that. And we're excited to have Hayward be a part of this, along with our other partners as well, because without them, who've been with us from the very start, none of this would have even happened. Hasa, right? And again, we say it because it's all we can do is give thanks, right? I wish I could give them money, because we don't have money to give them. And they're not getting paid for this, right? They are doing this literally for the purpose behind what we're trying to accomplish, which is educating our industry and helping our industry out. There is, but it really says a lot, for Hayward. And, it makes me kind of rethink things a little bit. And, I think Hayward is, we're happy to have you, and we are so excited to have you. And this is going to be, hopefully one of many, 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 many trainings and boot camps that we're going to be doing over the years. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. And I'm super excited because, it's all about educating, the pool pros. And so, I know that builders get a lot of training, obviously, because of the nature of the beast and stuff like that. But I really love to see companies like this sit there and, look at the pool pros and go, let's look at our pool pros, and let's give them the same thing that we give everybody else, right? Let's give them the education and how we talk about it. Not in a freaking warehouse, right? Don't come and tell me that you're going to do a class in a warehouse, because I'll lose my marbles, right? Like, we're trying to elevate our industry. So we have to give the pool pros the tools to be able to elevate the industry. And what happens is a lot of these companies are selling those products, right? But they're the ones that have to kind of come to the table and help educate the other pool pros in order to, be able to drive that level of pool pros. And so I'm super excited to work with them. I'm going to send a message to Brian Kerson and give him a hard time. We're going to have him on the podcast. We're going to have the training, because he's a hoot, and put him on the spot too. So Hayward, a big, huge shout out to you guys. A huge shout out to all of our other sponsors. Like John said, we can't do any of this without you guys. If you guys weren't here, we would just be doing podcasts and that's it. We wouldn't be able to
I'd be
do
even more
everything else.
broke.
Yeah, even more broke, right?
Yeah.
So anyways,
Look, hold on. I want to say one more thing. Look,
yeah, go
again,
ahead.
I'm going to say it again because I think this is really important. And
Uh-huh.
you know, if I ruffle some feathers, so be it. But this is how I feel, and this is what I think. And look, as business owners, we teach everybody, like, when we make decisions, you have to make a decision and see how, you know, there has to be cost, reward, analysis, or, you know, what you know, every decision that's made, especially when you're a corporation and you're publicly traded. We're not going to sugarcoat it. We asked all the manufacturers, you know, who wanted to be a part of this and who wanted to play. And as a business owner, as a business, you would usually say, okay, well, what's the benefit for us, or what do we get out of this, or why, you know, I have to play with other manufacturers and do these other things. And to them, that's how they kind of look at it. Where, you know, all we have to offer is, like, you know, when they ask what's the benefit, is like, other than high fives and attaboys, right? You know, you get to,
It's true.
It's true. You know, other than
That's
high fives
true.
and attaboys, let's think a little deeper here, guys and gals. You know, this isn't about we talk about the short-term gains, you know, how our businesses and our companies, where they fall short is they only look at what I can get now at a short-term win. You know, and I say this: you step over $1 to pick up a penny, right? And that's the mentality for a lot of these manufacturers or bigger companies, not just in our industry, but any industry. Where what we're trying to lay out and plan out here is, hey, look, you know, this is going to take work, and it's not if you spend X amount of money doing this, you will get this ROI. This is your return, and we can give you something tangible. You can't really put a dollar amount on it, but I promise, by doing something like this and seeing the future, seeing what it will do when it comes down to educating our pool industry and bettering our brothers and sisters out there, so they're more capable of doing a better job selling products, offering solutions, being more comfortable in the backyard to do these things, the long-term ROI far outweighs, right? You know, the small little investment that a manufacturer would have to make, you know, initially. And Hayward was the first to see the big picture and believe in it and say yes, you know, and we want to be a part because they're a part of this industry as well. And if we all thrive, then they do as well. You know, everybody benefits from it.
Right.
So again, huge shout out to Hayward for stepping up the plate and making this happen. You know, and again, when people, you know, the way it works is, you know, if you were taught by somebody or somebody helps you and whatever, and they were there for you when you needed them, you tend to build loyalty with that person. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's the truth. Right. And I really appreciate, you know, like I said, every one of our sponsors. And Hayward, welcome to the team. Bro.
Yeah, and the big thing to understand for everybody is that, you know, we go to these companies and there is a cost that they have to consume in order to be able to do this, right?
For sure.
And it's
a lot of money. Yeah.
And we're not talking about money that comes into the pocket of Zach, Edgar, and John,
No.
because we don't work that way. They have to pay in order to be at the show, right? That's the first thing that they have to do, right? And then they have to ship all the stuff and all the equipment there. They have to
pay the trainers,
trainers, hotels,
the reps,
food, reps, all that kind of stuff. So
tens of thousands of dollars, dude.
So it's you know, so a training event for them can put them out $30,000 or $40,000 easy, right? Because it's not, and then you're dealing with it's at a convention, so. You know, at conventions, you don't get to just carry in heaters and all that kind of stuff. There's unions, there's all that has to go through the convention. There's a cost to plug up something in at a convention. There's a charge for somebody to come and actually do the plug from the extension cord to the plug. And I know that it sounds ridiculous, but that's the way that the conventions work and the unions. And you have to understand that that's how they make money. Most of the time, those conventions will happen on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or whatever, but that room will go empty the whole rest of the time. So it's a business like anything else. They're going to put their numbers down. They're going to figure out how much they need to cost. And in order for them to be in business, they have to charge. So there's nothing absolutely wrong with that, right? But in
Yeah.
order for these people to be able to go there, and that goes for everybody, that goes for Aquastar, it goes for Raypack, it goes for them, you know,
HASA,
Hasa,
Biolab,
but
right?
everybody, right? And so even for the women's networking event, right? Like we're putting the women's networking event, and it's the sponsors that are paying
Even like our
for that
people like
event.
Blu-ray, right? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Ken from
Chris is
Ultimate Tool,
just,
Ken
geez.
and Sarah from Ultimate Pole, dude. I mean, all our people that have
Danielle.
just Raypack, another one of the big manufacturers, right? You know what I mean? That believed in us and is doing that. You said they're rewriting their whole new. They are the pros at heaters, right? And like Brad is like the guru when it comes down to, and they have a curriculum that is flawless, someone would say, and that they know what they're doing and they got it, and they are rewriting the book for this, right? And creating a new one and doing and understanding the importance of it and going out there. And it's just like, really, you know, and then on top heritage, right? Again, you know, I'm saying like, dude, we are blessed. You know, we were talking about that. We're blessed, you know, to have great partners like this in our corner. That are helping us achieve this dream that we have, and it really makes me feel great about our industry and where we're going to be in the future. So, yeah.
And we talked to all of them. So all the other ones that aren't part of it, call us, reach out. I can promise you this: next year in Dallas, this boot camp, we're going all big. And when I'm talking all big, we're throwing all the marbles behind this one. It'll be do or die for the Pool Nation podcast right there. It'll either continue to go or it will implode. So I do want to give a shout out, obviously, to Todd. I can't leave Todd from Aquastar out. So anyways, guys, let's wrap up. Let's get some final thoughts here really quick. Zach, let me go with you and we'll close it up with John.
Yeah. So this episode of this week's topic has been challenges and overcoming them. And like John said, it's all perspective, right? And so we can choose to either just feel beaten down and like there's no hope, or we can look at it as a learning opportunity and a test. And, you know, I won't bore you with all the details, but I woke up Sunday, checked my credit score, everything was gone. I was trying to figure out what's going on.
I forgot about that.
I forgot all about that.
I forgot that it was showing that you were deceased.
Yeah. So somewhere along the line, my credit got triggered as I was deceased, and all my credit accounts were showing closed, and I felt pretty low at that point because I'd worked really hard on my credit and monitor that and try to make the right moves. And I remember driving home going, okay, this is a test. Sucks. Whatever I got to do to get through it. And that'll just be another notch on my belt of something that I've gone through, a lesson I've learned, how to handle it, how to be resourceful or whatnot. And thankfully, at some point, it corrected itself and must have just been a glitch. But I won't forget that feeling of, okay, this is a test. You know, in my past years, I would have been extremely overwhelmed, down, probably would have just ate snacks and watched TV for days on end. But we got to look at everything like that. You know, things suck, things happen, thickens our skin. We're stronger when we get out on the other side.
Mr. Flawless, it's all you, baby.
Look, yeah, you know, I pretty much did my final thoughts throughout the whole thing again, so I'm staying true to form. But just to kind of, I don't know, end it with, you know, like we said, guys and gals out there, look, this is what life is all about. Life is a series of lessons that we learn. And, you know, you can look at a problem as a problem, or you can look at it as an opportunity. And, you know, I believe in from my past experiences, and I've been everywhere, done everything, you know, you keep your head up, you know, and you as long as you start to cherish the more important things in life, and you understand that a lot of 98% of the things that we think are important, truly, when it comes down to it, is really not. You know, I would say, you know, another quote or something I heard, or I can't remember when, but if someone said like, hey, look, if and I'm paraphrasing a little bit here, and everybody thinks money's like real important, and we think that's what it is. But, you know, saying, look, if I gave you $10 million or $1 billion, would you want it? Would you take it? And what's everybody's answer would be absolutely yes. But okay, well, how about if I told you I'll give you $1 billion, but you only have a month to live? Would you still take it? Or a week to live? Would you still take it? I personally would say hell no. And it kind of puts things into perspective that our most cherished or our most valuable thing we have in life is time. And if you're healthy and you have your health and you wake up every single day and you wake up in the morning, right, and you have another shot at it, right, and you have those most important things in life, then nothing should bring you down, because we only got one shot at this. And as long as we have an opportunity, right, then you woke up on the right side, or you woke up in the positive. We all came into a world with absolutely nothing, right? When we leave with absolutely nothing. So everything we've accumulated or we've done in between, we're ahead. So even if you take 10 steps back, or even if you get knocked down, or even if you think there's no way out of anything or whatever, if you still got your life, you still got your health, you still have your family as well, then you are in the positive, right? And I think in life, we're still in the black, we're still in the green. And until the day we die, or until the day we are incapacitated, it's a good day. And I think if we all can, if we can find that inner peace, and somehow sometimes it's a lot easier to say than to really truly live. But if you can do that, I promise you, life becomes a lot more beautiful than you could have ever imagined it to be. So I want to thank you guys again for just being my friends and being somebody I can talk to and understand and shoot the shit with and whatever. And everybody out there listening, you guys are my motivation. I can't wait to see you guys when we do this boot camp and at the Women's Summit and the things that we have to do and to hear everybody's stories. But other than that, I got to get going. I gotta meet some claims adjusters, and I gotta go put in a couple pumps and get rolling.
All right, brother. I appreciate it. From my side, big, huge shout out to all the women. We have 73 women signed up for the women's event out in Texas. So big, huge shout out to all the women that have registered. Looking forward to that. Everybody listening, page got hacked. We're trying to deal with that. We're going to do all of our lives and everything from the Pool Nation podcast Instagram page. So you guys can go follow there. We'll be doing them same time, every day of the week, all that kind of stuff. Next week, we'll be talking about the awards, the categories. So go follow it there until we get the Pool Nation page figured out. And we'll catch you guys on Wednesday. So hope everybody has a great weekend. We'll catch you next week. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to the Pool Nation podcast, a member of the Pool Nation family. You can listen to us live every Friday here at 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central, and 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. You can find us at Pool Nation or PoolNationPodcast.com, on Facebook, or on Instagram at pool.nation. And to find more info about Pool Invoice, the billing software built specifically for the pool industry, go to poolinvoice.com. Before you go, this is what the pool industry has been waiting for. PoolmanUniversity.com. It's the first platform dedicated to learning the swimming pool service and repair industry. A pool service community where you can connect and find videos on business, service, water chemistry, and repairs. See you there at PoolmanUniversity.com.